In this video, I will explain the lyrics of the song Wasted by WRLD and Lil Uzi Vert, one out of the 17 songs in this 2018 album Goodbye and Good Riddance that brought WRLD to fame.
Wasted, GTA love bitches wasted, wasted. I'm on these drugs, I feel wasted, wasted. Get her off my mind when I'm wasted, wasted. I waste all my time when I'm wasted.
WRLD uses the word wasted to express and refer to many things at once. First of all, wasted is how he describes the love he feels for women that have a lot of partners, or the love he might have felt for the ex-girlfriends that ended up cheating on him. GTA, Grand Theft Auto, is one of the most popular video games of all time. When a player is eliminated in the game, the word wasted appears on the center of the screen before the character reappears exiting a hospital. Actually, even the cover of this song includes the word wasted in a style that resembles the game's text. Another meaning of this word applies to how the rapper feels when he is under the influence of substances, wasted. Though, when Juice takes narcotics, he is able to get her off my mind, referring to a woman that he will talk about for the entire rest of this song, whom could be either his current girlfriend at the time of the recording, or his consciousness that brings him to do certain things.
I'm a doctor, but I'm running out of patience. She told me that she's trying to get closer to Satan. She be talking to him when she in the matrix.
The woman doesn't only consume the substance in there, but also talks to Satan in a dark and mysterious place like the basement. I'm a doctor, but I'm running out of patience. Even though he's the girl's doctor, he's running out of patience. So he is annoyed by her behavior, meaning that he will soon lose his only patient, as he will no longer help her, aside from his patience, which he already lost. In the last two lines, the woman is under the influence, or in the matrix, referencing the 1999 movie that painted the world as a simulation. When she is in that state, she is able to talk to Satan, the devil, whom she is trying to get closer to, as she told WRLD.
Damn, why is she so demonic? She Medusa with a little Pocahontas. She been listening on my drugs or something. 'Cause every time that we together, I'm unconscious. Hold up, let me be honest. I know I saw her put the perks in my chronic. Smoking till my eyes roll back like the old man. Just another funeral for her. Goddamn.
The girl is demonic because she is a Medusa. Medusa is one of the three Gorgons, three female monsters in the Greek mythology who could end people just by looking at them. As written by the poet Hesiod, there were three daughters of Phorcys and Ceto. The first one was Steno, the mighty, the second one was Euryale, the far-springer, and lastly Medusa, the queen. Medusa's stare could turn people into blocks of stone for eternity. She has a sort of seductive power. The girl has some characteristics of Pocahontas, a Native American woman to whom two films were dedicated. She is known for having saved the English captain, colonizer and soldier John Smith in 1608. For this reason, the girl is fundamentally an evil entity, Medusa, but she still has a little Pocahontas in her, so she is still a bit good. Juice is also convinced that she has been adding other stimulants to the substances he consumes without him knowing. He believes this because every time the two are together, the singer is unconscious. He has seen her add something to his Chronic, a very high-quality strain of grass popularized by the rappers Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The first named his 1992 album The Chronic, and Snoop Dogg has talked about this type of grass in the past many times.
Me and my homies was in Long Beach, right, and it was a white guy that used to come through the Poly Apartments and bring us, and he had hydroponic, but we it and started saying hydrochronic and flipped it, and then that's when we started saying, oh, this is bomb, it's the Chronic. And Dre's album was so bomb, it only was right for it to call it the Chronic because it was the bombest thing on the streets.
She has included the powdered form of a Percocet pill in the grass. This mix can be fatal and it can lead to unconsciousness, a symptom that Juice has said to have felt. Finally, the author says that he smokes so much to the point that his eyes roll back like The Omen, the main character of the 1976 horror film of the same name. When people's eyes roll back, sometimes they might be going to sleep forever. Indeed, he says that if this were to happen to him, the girl would assist his funeral just like any other funeral. This thought disturbs Juice WRLD so much that he curses God at the end of the verse.
Rockstar, that's our style, these boys can take, yeah, hate it, but they still try to take our cake, no basic, then don't worry when I'm racing, take it, let you run my no lazy, yeah.
Rockstar Games is the American video game publisher that created GTA 5, the game mentioned before by Juice WRLD. Also, Lil Uzi Vert, the one singing, is a self-proclaimed rockstar as he has mentioned it in other songs of his. In the first two lines, Lil Uzi is discrediting his competition by saying that they can't take his and Juice WRLD's style and cadence, meaning that theirs are of excellent level. Additionally, Uzi says that he doesn't drive basic cars but a brand new Ferrari, one of the most renowned Italian luxury car companies in the world. Lastly, he encourages someone else to prepare his grass for him, but he advises them to not lace the product, so not add any other substance to the grass in secret that will cause other effects.
That's a bum bitch that you chasing, ayy. Run with me, she a dominatrix. All I got and I do like a body. I don't want no money, I just want the money. That what she said when she live in the valley.
The rapper is talking to a friend of his that is chasing, so trying to get with, a very undesirable woman. In the second line, Uzi says to be enjoying the company of a foreign woman that is not from the United States of America originally. Not only that, but she is also a dominatrix, a woman that likes being dominant in sexual activities. He also tells us that she has lived in the Valley. This place is the San Fernando Valley in the state of California, which is known for being the center of the filmmaking industry in the whereabouts. While the girl lived there, she used to say, "I don't want the money, I just want the molly." I believe the rapper meant to say that she used to be a prostitute when she lived there, because she might have referred to her clients with this phrase, telling them that she wanted molly as a form of payment for her physical performances instead of money. Molly is a mind-altering substance known to provoke feelings of arousal in those who take it. It is also known as lover's speed. Uzi is criticizing one of his competitors, whom he considers completely irrelevant, like a little kid, son of the rapper himself. "I am your father" and "Hakuna Matata" are phrases pronounced by the same voice actor in two different films, James Earl Jones. He both voiced Darth Vader in the Star Wars series, who famously told his son, "I am your father," but he also voiced Mufasa, Simba's father, in the incredibly popular film The Lion King. Hakuna Matata means no troubles in the Swahili language, spoken mainly in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and other parts of East African countries. Secondly, Uzi talks about a past relationship he's had with a girl that was so intense to the point where the woman was tired at the very end of it. To lock up, so be able to focus more, Uzi took a painkiller basically. Since he took this pill, Uzi says to have it in his hair. Traces of certain substances remain in the hair for up to years after their original use. Therefore, if someone were to collect a sample of hair from the rapper and use it to detect oxycodone and acetaminophen, the active principles of the medication, the test would be positive. Next, the rapper is in a jacuzzi, a hot tub with the woman he talked about before. The two are enjoying each other's company. We learn that he's given the girl flakka, a highly dangerous narcotic known to make people easily give in to commands when asked. Blue caps could indicate either Adderall capsules, a medication that treats ADHD by stimulating the ability to concentrate, but it is also taken recreationally for its effects of self-confidence and joy. Alternatively, blue caps could be psilocybin mushrooms, also known as magic mushrooms. These can turn blue if damaged or dehydrated. Uzi feels that one of his chakras, the 7 roots of energies in the human body according to the Hindu and Buddhist religions, is affected by the consumption of the previously mentioned caps. After talking about this, Uzi says that his rose gold collar chain is made of quality materials. There's no hint, like no copper, because copper and rose gold look very alike, but copper is a lot cheaper and overall worse than gold. In the last two lines, Lil Uzi Vert mentions the series Avatar: The Last Airbender. The main character of the series has a blue arrow tattooed on the middle of his head. Uzi also has tattoos in the middle of his forehead. Aang, the character mentioned, has a sky bison pet named Appa, which flies him around when needed. Therefore, Ang rides his appa in the same way Uzi rides on his ops, which stands for his opponents or opposition. Riding on an op or ops is slang for engaging in combat with them.
My clothes, hoping to send me belief. And she don't know that all her demons live in me. I don't know what she been on. I don't know, all that lean I said, Mom. Now why you poor? One cup of me don't got no friends. I'm a open door, I ain't have to let her in. She ain't take my heart, but she took my medicine. At least somebody gon' take it. I hate the way she...
Juice WRLD is make-believing, so imagining very pleasant things or events, hoping that they're real. Once again, the demonic girl comes back in his thoughts as the artist says that she's unaware of the fact that her demons also live in him, metaphorically speaking, so the two share the same struggles. The woman might not understand this because she's in an altered state. As the rapper says, don't know what she been on. Next, Juice sets the scene of himself pouring a cup of a liquid made by combining cough syrup with other stuff, such as candy. He feels alone because he has no friends to share it with, which adds a sad tone to the situation. Symbolically, he feels like an open door because of his very extroverted behavior around other people. For this reason, he didn't have to allow the demonic woman to go through the door that is himself, because she found no obstacle to get close to him to begin with. Juice WRLD understands the opportunistic nature of the girl. She didn't take his heart, so he hasn't fallen in love with her, but she took his medicine instead. He finds some comfort in this, saying that he's glad that at least the medicine will not be wasted, as she is going to take it.
Wasted, GTA love, bitches wasted. I'm on these drugs, I feel wasted.